going to be doing, it's an introduction to natural perfumery, so we're just going to be using natural raw materials, no aroma chemicals, and it's a beginner's introduction, so you don't need any experience to come on this class, although if you do have a little bit of blending experience, that will be fine too, because you can just get stuck in and you will be way ahead of the rest of the class who are beginners. We're going to start off in the morning with a little bit of theory and background, just for those people that have never done anything to do with perfumery before. So we're going to go over the theory of raw materials, you know, what makes a top note, what makes a middle note, and what makes a base note, the sense of smell and how it works, how we go about training our nose, and the best methods to use to create fragrances in a very structured way, and how to learn about more raw materials in a very structured way. We're going to cover a little bit about the history of perfumery, but that is a whole subject in itself. So I don't tend to cover a huge amount. We just smell through some of the key, really important and significant fragrances historically. So I'll bring along a few little bits and pieces from the past, you know, obvious ones like Chanel No. 5, but also some older fragrances as well from the sort of 18 and 1900s. I also will bring along, even though we don't use aroma chemicals and we don't cover things like animal ingredients on the class, I do bring along some little bits and pieces that you may never have smelt before. So we won't be using them to blend, but we can smell them, write our impressions down, and get to know those ingredients as well. And then what we do with the whole afternoon, we just concentrate on blending. So by the end of the day, you'll have a really nice finished fragrance. I don't use bases, so we don't get we're not limited to picking, you know, a chypre base with a top note and a middle note and a base note, or a, you know, pre-blended materials. This is all completely from scratch. So, you know, we'll be using Rose Absolute, we'll be using Jasmine, we'll be using things like Labdanum, Violet Leaf, you know, things that you may never have used before if you're an aromatherapist. All the materials I use are already, you know, pre-diluted, so they're nice and easy to work with. And that's it. If you've got any other questions, do leave a comment at the bottom of the blog, and I will try and get back to you before the class. The other thing that I just wanted to quickly mention, in case you're thinking of booking on the course, I am going to be sending out, anyone that books a place, I'm going to be sending out a little kit of raw materials, just little 1ml samples for you to smell, and with some notes as well. So it'd be great if you do sign up nice and quickly, because there will be a cut-off date after which I won't be able to send you the raw materials out, just because postage will take too long before the class. So do get in quickly, do book a place if you're interested. If you've got any questions, do drop me an email to karen@karengilbert.co.uk, and I'll try my best to answer them. But the smelling kits will be really, really useful, and that will sort of cut out the amount of time you need to kind of work things out, and it will give you a lot more time to blend a really nice finished fragrance. And at the end of the day, you obviously get to keep your little raw material sample kit, but you also will take a finished alcohol-based perfume spray with you of your own creation. So I really hope to see you there.